Action.
Morning.
Good morning. Action.
That's my little.
Is that what it were?
Yeah.
The clapperboard.
It looked like a pair of scissors though, or a gun.
Paper. Rock. Anyway, so this morning, what we're going to talk about is life
On autopilot.
or business. Automation.
Oh.
Close, but no cigar. Yeah, it did actually. Say it again.
Life on autopilot.
Life on autopilot.
That sounds like you're just cruising though.
Yeah. Cruising down the street in my 6'4". That's NWA, what we watched overnight. Anyway, so life and business on autumn. That's not even what it is. You got me saying wrong things now.
Sorry.
Start again. I want to get it. Right, so it's all about life or business automation. And this is all about embracing technology. Do you know, there's so much
That can lighten the load.
that can lighten. Good choice of words.
Thank you.
Yeah, pound it. Boom. There's so much out there. Do you know what's now as services available to you to lighten your load, but we just don't utilise it enough. So it's about helping out with some of the tasks that is just time consuming for you, and it's everywhere. Do you know, wherever you look. So wherever you look, there's loads and loads of different bits of technology. So one that I particularly like, I used to use an accountancy bookkeeping bit of software called Xero, and Xero spelt with an X. In fact, what I'll do,
Xero.
yeah, I'll put a couple of links in the description.
That's really generous of you, though, Jonathan.
Yeah, and then you can have a look at these, what we're going to talk about. But Xero were really, really good. I really like Xero, and it does do a lot of the automation process in terms of invoicing for you. So you kind of pre-populate one time the invoice that you want. And so let's say, for example, you've got a client who's on a retainer, they're going to be paying you for 6 months. Rather than you having to manually create 12 separate invoices on top of everything else that you've got to do, you create the one invoice, stick it on a recurring payment, and it'll do the rest for you. So it'll actually send the invoice, you can put it so it's attached to your bank account, and they can pay online, so you don't even have to do anything. All you do is just check. Do you know? And if you're using technology and you've got the app from your bank, you'll be able to see straight away when it's due, quick log in and see whether or not that payment's coming in cleared. So it's really simple. Now, I say I used to use Xero. I used to use Xero.
Did you fall out with Xero?
A little bit, because
Yeah.
Xero, I remember when it first kind of got kicked off and started, so I jumped on board pretty quick with it, and it's got better and better as it's got built. And you know, now it's a big company. I don't even know what kind of revenue they look at, but I reached out to them and said, do you know, there's a lot more features in this now. Can you do me a demo to show me some of these features? Oh, we don't really do that. But we've got some registered accountants on our books who's like our preferred supplier list, and they're more than happy to do a paid demo. I'm like, yeah, no, do you know, I've been with you since pretty much the word go. I want you to do a demo for me. And they were like, oh, well, it's not something that we really do. I'm like, right, fine, I'm leaving. So I left, and I went to another bit of a software, which is again very similar, called QuickBooks. And QuickBooks is brilliant, you know, really helpful. And to be fair, they're as good as each other, so it's all about personal choice. My personal choice was the fact that, you know what, these suckers can't help me after I've helped them all these years. I'm gone. And this is another topic about loyalty in business and stuff, but this is for another day, I suppose. But what the good thing is, whether you use Xero or QuickBooks, they take away a lot of the
Manual labour.
the manual, yeah. Especially if you're like a small company who hasn't got a finance department or a bookkeeper that's on site and stuff like that as well. It really helps out. Now, whether you use Xero or QuickBooks, it's just one less task for you to do. So definitely look at something like that, because that can really help. And so you can use that for all sorts of different things. You know, you can use it for your business. You can use it for, like, if you've got a life a hobby in your life, you know, something that you need to be collecting payments for. So it's really good for this kind of stuff as well. So QuickBooks is my number one choice. Secondly, is a CRM system. Do you know, now, one of the things when I first start working with clients on a coaching basis, one of the very, very first things I do is to get them started with a CRM system. Now, there's loads of them out there, and you've probably heard of quite a few. The big player is such as Salesforce.
Yes.
I just feel Salesforce, unless you're a big corporate, a big footsie company, it's just not required. Do you know, we used it in the past, and it's just not required for the SME smaller markets. Do you know, you've got to be a big footsie company to get the real benefit from Salesforce. But there is lots and lots of different platforms out there. Now, the one that I use, it's a paid one, and there's a lot of freemium ones out there as well. Freemium, in case you didn't know what that meant, is that they give it you for free. And once you hit a certain threshold in either members that you've got registered or users, then they want you to start paying for it. But the one I use is called Base. It's called the URL is getbase.com, and it's phenomenal. Do you know, this comes in at $21 a month. I'd pay $500 a month for it. It's that good. It's just fantastic.
Don't tell them that.
No. If you're watching this base, no, I wouldn't pay you that. I mean, I'm happy paying you £15, $21. That's cool. But do you know, it's just phenomenal, and it does help you to automate a lot of tasks and things that you need to do. You know, you can segment all your different contacts that's in there. You can put them into a lead generation pool where certain actions are taken once triggers have been met. So if you've got tasks or leads or follow-ups, it'll automatically and automate the next part of the journey. It'll prompt you, it'll poke you, it'll annoy the life out of you until you follow them up. So it's really, really good to keep you on your toes. It's one of the very, very first things I work with clients when I first take on a coaching client, because they need to be organised, and this definitely gets you organised. It's phenomenal.
Big fan then.
Yep, love it. Love it. It's great. And then you've got obviously like email campaigns. So there's lots of different tools out there for this. You know, you've got MailChimp, you've got Aweber, you've got MadMiner. There's so many different mail campaigns, but mail and email marketing is something that you've got to put some focus on. You've got to put some attention to this, because it's just massive. And it's been around for a long time now, but it's just so powerful. It absolutely crushes social media in terms of the results that you get from it. Even now, you know, social media is amazing, and you definitely need to have that as part of your strategy. But mail, you know, email marketing,
Especially if you weigh it off time factors, how long does it take you to create an email campaign? How long does it take you to create and deliver
a social campaign? Do you know what? I imagine there's probably not going to be massive amounts of difference in it, because a really effective email marketing campaign is not just and send, is it? It's got research, and you know, there's a lot of thought goes into it. But there's a place for everything. You know, there's a place for all of this. But what you can do is there's lots of software. So like if you go to MailChimp for their pro version, the paid version, which is not that expensive, you can actually get their autoresponders. And so this is all about, again, automating certain experiences. I use one called Autopilot, and it is phenomenal. Do you know, it's just so powerful, and the extra features that it gives you is just wonderful. And MailChimp's automation is very similar as well, but what it allows you to do is effectively build up a journey for customers. So if they buy things from your website, if they sign up to newsletters on your website, if they send a request form wanting more information, or a contact form, what you can actually do is you can automate that journey, what happens next. So you can do it through the pro version of MailChimp. Autopilot is a little bit more complex, because you need to know how to get it all set up and all going, but once it's going, it's just amazing. I use it personally. But what it does is it automates the journey, the cycle, and again, it all runs on triggers. So like if you send an email to somebody, based on what action they take determines what email to send next. So if, for example, you send an email to someone,
clever, isn't it?
amazing. You send an email to somebody and they don't open it, it determines that, it can see this. Do you know, it sees that it's not been opened, so it sends the next one, which will be relating to an email that's saying that it's not been opened. If they open it and they don't click anything, it'll send them a different one. If they open it and click something, it'll send them a completely different one again. And the whole idea is it's taking them through a funnel. Do you know, it's taking them, each time it sends an email, it's pulling them through a funnel to an end where you want them to be selling something or pushing something or promoting something. It's just fantastic, and it's great for your business. If you've got a life ambitions, you know, it's a hobby or something that you're doing and you want to promote it, again, it's fantastic for doing this kind of stuff. Have a look. There's so many different things out there for you to automate your business and make your life a lot more simple. But do you know, I'll put a link to these 3 that I've just mentioned here because they are fantastic ones, ones that I use personally. So just, you know, try them out, have a go, see what you think. Drop us a message, you know, go over to Twitter at Jon_Covey, John without the H. You should know this by now though, because you'll see it in the title of this. But anyway, you know, just have some fun, play around with it, and take away as much manual labour work that you've got as possible.
Boom.
Boom, you're quiet.
I haven't had a word in.
There's a word in. Is that because you can't speak?
I've forgotten how to speak because you've just been like that.
Okay, cool. Anyway,
that's good.
Yeah, good stuff. Have a good day. I'm boiling.
Final thought?
Final thought is, do you know, you've got to let go of things. It's hard. It's so hard for you to let go of things. It's tough because it's your baby, it's your passions, it's your life, it's everything that's important to you, and so it's very hard to let go. These kind of things do help you to let go, but you've got to start. So yeah, have a great day, give it a go, and get on with it.